Hello, my fellow healers. My name is Adina, and I'm that healing girl. And in this pick a card reading, we're going to be discussing the energies of the full moon in Virgo lunar eclipse that is going to be happening on March 13th. And those energies are coming in really strong. So the energy of the full moon in Virgo lunar eclipse the lunar eclipse is a time of endings. And that is necessary. And usually with lunar eclipses, and most eclipses, these changes can happen quite suddenly or rapidly. And they're the universe's way of releasing from our lives what is no longer serving us. So it's a time of ending so that we can welcome in new beginnings and new opportunities. And because this is in Virgo, there's going to be new opportunities to organize our lives, our hearts, our minds, and to prioritize, to really put front and center what sparks joy, to quote Marie Kondo, or what kind of makes us happy and what brings in joyful feelings and positive change into our lives. So this has a strong energy of releasing what no longer serves us, but it's not going to happen in a chaotic way, filtered through the energy of the lens of Virgo. It's going to happen in a more structured and organized way. You might be drawn to make lists of things that don't make you feel good anymore. You might be drawn to declutter things from your house. I'm kind of going through that myself, that no longer resonate with your vibe. And that allows new and fresh energy, things, places, and people to flow into your life. So as with always, with all of these readings, take whatever resonates and leave the rest behind, knowing that you are exactly where you need to be right now in this moment. And without further ado, we have our piles. Pile number 1 with this Yooperlite point. Pile number 2 with this fluorite, rainbow fluoride. Sort of, I'm trying to remember the name of the shapes. I can't remember. It's not coming to me. But these geometrical pattern shapes of rainbow fluoride, and then we have this clear quartz point as pile number 3. All right, I will see you in the reading. Okay, pile number 1 with this Yooperlite point. This is a new crystal that I've brought in, and one of the things that it helps do is bring in an energy of grounding into your energy field and space. So let's go with the tarot cards first, and then we only have 2 oracle cards today. And as always, I list the oracle cards and tarot cards that I'm used in each reading in the info box below the video. All right, let's see what we have for our tarot. The Emperor in reverse. Six of Pentacles. High Priestess. 8 of Swords in the reverse. Page of Swords. So I am getting some energies coming in. Pile number 1. There is definitely what you are releasing and what you're trying to bring in. What you're trying to bring in is more ownership over who you are in every aspect of your life, but particularly financially, but also with your, I want to say, more control of your mental faculties. So it feels like you might be, with this 8 of Swords in reverse, you might be coming out of a period of anxiety and a period of mental disturbance. And now you're trying to move in with this Page of Swords to the beginning energies of cutting off what doesn't serve you from those old aspects, those old ways of looking at the world, and those old ways of viewing the world from your mental space. And you might also have been really, really worried about the current state of events in the world today. And that might have been causing you a lot of anxieties. I'm sure it's causing a lot of people. So this pile might speak to quite a few people. And what you're really working on with this Six of Pentacles is building wealth. It's high financial wealth, but also a wealth of mental faculties as well, like a wealth of mental strength as well. So you might also be learning, like going back to school to do this. And the other thing that you might be doing is learning ways to manage your mental state to help you deal better with things like, I'm getting things like general anxiety disorder, panic attacks, that kind of thing. And you're using your things like cognitive behavioral therapy, maybe even psychotherapy. You're using these very practical tools because this is Virgo energy that's coming in order to help heal not only your mental space, but in turn, that's going to help you start to look towards organizing your financial space as well, ensuring that particularly with the latest upheavals to a lot of people's financial aspects. You might have even been one of those people that lost a job. With this Emperor in reverse, and you are looking to essentially be the ruler of your own domain. That doesn't mean that you necessarily have like this huge overarching view for like power control or anything. But what it does mean is that you want to have like power over all of it, of your entire life, power over everything that you oversee, particularly when it comes to your finances and your mental faculties. With this High Priestess card, the message right here is that the answers lie within you. When the High Priestess comes up in a reading, you are being encouraged to delve your subconscious mind, and to look within. And I think this means that you need to look within for any answers that you need about what it is that you need to cut off, because you might be kind of a little bit confused and in a state of confusion at the moment as to, like, there's things that don't work in your life, but you haven't quite pointed all those things out, and you're figuring that out now. But you are in the right direction. With this Eight of Swords in reverse and the High Priestess, you are in the right direction. But there is a need to sort of go within, and this might mean that you need to separate yourself from distractions and things to do that. You might need to journal. You might need to make lists. You might need to meditate. You might need to go on walks in the forest or just in your neighborhood to clear your head. Whatever that might be, there is a need to sort of withdraw for a little bit and to take your own counsel with this High Priestess card. And the other thing with the Six of Pentacles is what wealth you are building, you want it to be, with this Justice Scales here, you also want it to be fair and equitable. Yeah. You want it to be fair and equitable. So if you are looking for another job, or if you are looking to look to where you need to invest your money next, if you already have some of you are looking for a job, and others of you are looking for ways to invest your wealth. That would be a better way to put it. You're looking for ways to do that that are fair and equitable for others, for the environment. You're probably somebody that really champions things like diversity, equity, inclusion. Climate change matters to you, and where you invest your money matters as well. And you want to be very thoughtful about that, because with this High Priestess, you want those investments to reflect who you are as a person, your values, and your moral outlook on the world. And you're also sort of cutting off some, maybe even some people are leaving. Yeah, I'm getting some people are leaving your life that were somewhat toxic. And that, strong possibility that either you know somebody and therefore were shaken by the prospect that you could lose a job, or that you were one of the people that lost a job, either because of this whole federal layoffs, or because of the tech layoffs that have been ongoing, or something like that. And that threw you for a headspin around the beginning of the year. And now you're looking to reassert balance. Reassert balance. Yeah. And to build a strong foundation for that. And the thing is, you are headed in that direction. Now let's see what your oracle cards have to say about what it is that you need to do. I'm going to move this here. Really trying to work on getting things even now. Sometimes it's hard to get them even in frame. It says surrender to what is. I think some of you might be like really, really angry still. If you did lose a job, you're really, really angry that you lost it, and rightfully so. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but because Virgo is a practical energy, they're saying work on processing that anger, work on processing those emotions to get yourself back to a mental headspace, but realize that there might not be anything you can do to change what is, at least not right now. You might have like filed a lawsuit, you might have put all of the things in place, you might have protested, you might be protesting, you might be doing what you can. Essentially, they're saying do what you can and let the rest go. Don't allow this to rob you of your joy. As hard as the situation is, they're saying it is. I don't know how to say it. I don't want to sound like cold or anything, but this is Virgo coming through, and Virgo saying it is what it is. And that's not in a judgment way at all. It's not taking away from anything that you might feel about the situation. They're saying this is the situation, so now what? And what you can do is work to sort of pick up the pieces now. What you can do is try and calm your mental state. What you can do is try and plot a path ahead now that this has happened. And it doesn't mean don't fight for justice and don't, seek legal action if that is necessary. It's about the mental approach. Yeah, surrender the drama. Surrender what is. Flow with what is instead of fighting it. When you can't change a situation, compassionately accepting exactly as is will bring you peace. Surrender the drama. No matter how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm and don't contribute to the drama. Stay centered and will help resolve the issue more quickly. For a lot of you, yeah, this is definitely job layoff energy. And you're trying to bring yourself back into equilibrium. For others of you, you haven't been laid off, but now you are looking for ways to more equitably and more fairly build your wealth in a way that is coinciding with their values. And for some of you, it's a combination of the two. Vertex, celebration and recognition. Honor your soul, bestow virtue to those who fathom your value. Yes. And I think this has a lot to do with the current environment of boycotting and of going after jobs and spending your dollars and investing in things that value who you are. Some of you might have been gotten caught up in the whole diversity, equity, and inclusion aspect that is going on right now, might have lost jobs because of that, or might have diminished responsibilities because of that, or might be affected by that. Maybe you feel like you lost your job because of that, or you struggled with feeling valued because of various markers of diversity, such as your gender acceptance, racial acceptance. Insert the acceptance necessary to where it fits you. But yes, I've never actually got this card, so I think this is definitely a card for the moment right now. Yeah, so that's what I have for you, pile number one. Surrender the drama, surrender to what is. Look within to develop your plan going forward, and while you're surrendering that drama, and after you've done all that you can, make a list, a game plan of what you want in your life, and what no longer fits. And just as if you were going to Marie Kondo your life, whatever doesn't spark joy must go at this time. And you might even get a lift from the lunar eclipse in Virgo energy, and the universe might just go ahead and eclipse that thing on out of your life, and you might just be left going, okay, that happened. That's definitely the energy that I'm getting. So this can be a very harsh period for you. It can be a very disruptive period for you. So you remain grounded, meditate, do the things that you need to do to reclaim joy back in your life. Like maybe watch your favorite TV shows, go out in your garden, do some things to bring joy into your life right now, because you are weathering this and you will come out of it. You will come out of this anxiety. You are coming out of this anxiety, and your goal is to restate your equilibrium and to once again become the emperor of your life. Pile number 1, and that is what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please like, subscribe, and comment below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, pile number 2 with this rainbow fluorite geometric shapes here, which is still not coming to me what they are. If somebody knows, comment below, please. Okay, we'll put these over to the side, and we're going to see what your tarot has in store for you. Pile number 2 for this lunar eclipse in Virgo. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Page of Cups in reverse. Queen of Cups. Oh yeah. Ten of Wands. 4 of Pentacles. Okay. So there's a lot of financial energy coming in with this cycle. I think one of the main things that you are releasing, pile number 2, because we talked about this in the intro, that a lot of times you're going to be in the lunar eclipse, you're going to be releasing something, right, that doesn't serve you. And many times it'll happen suddenly. It's just like this thing that'll happen, and the universe will just pull something out of your life. I've totally had this happen to me during the lunar eclipse, and I've equally usually had something pop right back into my life. One of the things that you are working on is releasing an attitude of lack and poverty. You might be going up against a strong burden of financial lack at this time, pile number 2. With this Ten of Wands, you have a lot of responsibilities on your shoulder. Maybe it's children and household and partner, and maintaining friendships, your job, your work. You're feeling quite overwhelmed at this moment, and you're really trying to make ends meet, and you might not know exactly how you're going to do that. That's what I'm getting from this. With this Ace of Pentacles in reverse, you kind of don't know what to do financially. On the flip side, emotionally, you are leaving behind a Page of Cups energy. That is the energy where you used to get into these relationships that were going nowhere, with the bad, bad boy, bad girl, bad person archetype. And you would just fall head over heels for them. You would just give up your whole life, your heart, your soul, your everything, and it would be very, very impractical, and you would be wrecked emotionally at the end of it. And then the cycle would repeat with somebody else, where right now you are gaining mastery over your emotions and over your emotional state, and you're gaining emotional abundance. You might be in a blessed relationship right now, or you might be in a state where you're on your own, and you really, maybe you're for being it, or for whatever the case may be, you just feel like you do not need the validation of a romantic partner in order to make yourself feel validated. You are coming into full ownership of your emotional well-being, whatever the case may be, whether you're in a committed relationship or not, or whether you're just going to be single and you're loving it, or you're looking for somebody. Whatever the case may be, you are coming into an ownership of your emotions with this Queen of Cups card. You are also giving emotional support to others, but be careful with this Ten of Wands. You don't want to overdo the giving of the emotional support. Releasing lack and lack mindset is going to be your next big mountain to climb. You've done a lot of the emotional work, and now it's time for you to turn your attention to the practical work of building your finances. That's what I'm getting. And right now, you're not in a good place, but that doesn't mean you can't be in a better place, because with the lunar eclipse, you're working to release that mindset of lack. Surrender your desire to control people. I think this has to also do with controlling the outcome, because maybe it has to do with the fact that you're trying to how would I say, you're trying to make money, you're trying to do things like that, and there's a lot of control that you're holding firmly onto. I think this has to do not necessarily with people, but with maybe contracts, financially. Maybe you're in sales or something like that, where you have to deal with people being your clients, and you're trying to control every little bit, and at the end of the day, you just have to make room for clients coming and going. The clients, just like the people that you care about in your life, the clients and the people that you're trying to reach to enrich your career and or business, if you have a business, you can't control the outcome of that. So you're going to have to put out the best foot forward and release the rest to the universe. Surrender to non-action. Now's the time to be still and not act. Simply breathe and focus on your own power and let others come to you. Yes. You're really spending a lot of time, if this is a career thing, with marketing and trying to control the messaging, and you're stressing yourself to the max. And what they're saying is you've done all the things you can right now, and it's time to just take a breather for a moment. Maybe this looks like stepping away from the stress aspect for even just a day or two, and releasing all of the control of the situation, and just see what happens. See what happens if you release the burdens. Just take a day or two off. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you're taking a day off work. If you're like, I can't take a day off work. No, this is the mental aspect of looking at it. Take a day away from the constant stressing of trying to worry about everything, because the worry is just bringing more things to worry about. If that makes any sense. Capella, confidence and acceptance. Confidence is earned by looking at yourself without any filter and without judgment. Yeah. I think the key for you is to go with the flow and to surrender. To surrender to what happens. And it might seem like it's a bad thing. For instance, just to give you an idea, using my own story, more recently I fractured my ankle, so I'm actually at this point not working for a few more weeks. And that seemed like a terrible thing. I had to go through all of these things, file for temporary disability. It was happening, during this whole everything that's happening financially in the world right now. I'm just panicking. But then I reframed it, and I was like, you know what? This might be the universe's time for me to focus on getting things done that need to be done. And it ended up working out in many ways to my benefit. What seemed like was going to be a very chaotic time allowed me to go within. It allowed me to actually rest. It allowed me to sort of plot things for the future. And so if some kind of crazy lunar eclipse thing happens, don't just jump to the panic. Take a few beats and say, okay, what is this what lesson is there for me in this situation right now? How can I respond to this in a way that is non-reactive? And how can I try and see what good can come of this scenario? I think that is really, 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 really important. For instance, one way of looking at a flip situation, let's say you're like, oh man, I can't, a friend invites you to dinner, but you can't afford to eat out anymore because you're really pinching your pennies. Another way to look at the scenario is how many, really healthy meals can I come up with to cook at home that are economical? Maybe that will like bring me to my health goals, that kind of thing. So it's not like, you're not trying to like gaslight yourself, but you are just trying to look at a situation that is where it is at the moment and see what good can I see from it, and how can I release the stress from this situation as I plan to bring myself into a better position. I guess that's the best way to say it. Releasing the stress while you work to bring yourself into a better position. Because right now you are definitely feeling it. You're definitely feeling it. And right now you have to look at the ways in which you can release the mindset of lack, in which you can bring in more gratitude, more grace for the things that you do have, even if they are very small. And that kind of a mindset and the releasing of lack is going to help bring you into the alignment with things that are better for you. And I feel like that's one of the biggest things for the lunar eclipse. The lunar eclipse in Virgo is going to teach you how to organize your thoughts and emotions so that you can not only weather any lack that's happening in your life right now, but that you can reframe it so that you can bring in a mindset of abundance. And that mindset of abundance will realign you to the frequency of abundance. That is the main message I'm getting for you, pile number 2. And this is not an easy path. It is. I'm not going to be like, oh, this is an easy path. It's not an easy path. But if you focus on joy as much as possible, it makes the path a little bit easier. So yeah, sending up many prayers, good vibes, that you have blessings in your life, pile number 2. And this is the message that I have for you. I hope it resonated with you. I wish you all the best. If this did resonate with you and you enjoy your reading, please like, subscribe, and comment below. And I will see you in the next one. Remember, I am just the messenger. Yeah, don't come for me. But much love and much luck. I wish you much luck, pile number 2. All right, see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, pile number 3. Continuing on with our messages for the full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo. Yeah, so far it's been a lot surrounding like finances and reorganizing and structuring your financial life and how that relates to both your mental and emotional stability. So let's see what happens for pile number 3. Moving towards something really fast. The outcome of a case, justice, the world. Wow. 2 of Swords in reverse. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. And this 3 of Swords. Oh, wow. Okay. So I'm getting a message. A lot of times the world comes up with social media and things, and justice in reverse, heartbreak. The thing that I'm getting from you is that with this 2 of Swords, and this is like a relationship that is went its separate ways. Again, with this justice in reverse, strong vibes of divorce, and this 5 of Pentacles in reverse. And the 3 of Swords. Strong vibes of heartbreak. And the world in this case, I think, represents like how you feel your reputation might have taken a hit from this. It could be friends of your spouse. It could be like on social media and how you're perceived. This particular pile, number 3, there's a lot of emphasis on how you are perceived, and you put a lot of stock in how others feel about you. Their approval matters. And with this lunar eclipse in Virgo, you're going to be releasing the need for approval of others, and you're also going to be releasing a really big heartbreak that's happened. It's still hurting. I feel like this is definitely a separation, breakup, or a divorce, and that it impacted you financially, which has been a theme. And this happening, if it hasn't happened, it's happening. It might even be happening around the lunar eclipse, and maybe you kind of already feel the energy that it's going to happen. Yeah. For some of you, justice is being served in that whatever you might have done that might not have been kosher will be handled. But for a lot of you, it's going to be that you suffered an injustice, and the universe is working to try and right that. Yeah. And I'm getting this very heavy feeling, like waking up crying, and yeah. And with this 2 of Swords, it's the need to release the feeling of wanting and needing to be right. Even though you might be right in this situation, but what's more important to get rid of this heartbreak is that you release things in an equitable manner that's as fair as possible, and that you release so that you can start to move on and release some of the judgment, whether it's self-judgment or judgment against the person that you are parting from. Yeah. Yeah, a need to also resolve long-standing energy drain with this World card in reverse, tying up loose ends. Yeah. Don't seek closure and approval through other people, because that'll never happen, regardless of whether or not you were the one, quote unquote, in the right or the wrong in this relationship. Or separation. It might be also, for some of you, this might be like separation of a business partnership too. Or for a very few of you, a job. Maybe you're working in law or legal. And you, yeah, some of you could also maybe want to refer back to pile number 1, because some of you might be, some of the federal workers and or tech workers that have been laid off and feeling this unfairness. But the most important thing right now is that you gain equilibrium. With this 2 of Swords, that your equilibrium, you're out of balance at the moment, being pulled in one direction. You might wake up one day like numb and going through the motions, and wake up another day crying. That's the vibe that I get. And there is going to be a need for healing here. And all of these things with this 8 of Wands, they either happen so quickly or they're happening really quickly. Yeah. But with this 5 of Pentacles in reverse, know that this time is coming to an end, particularly the financial aspect, because if this is like a firing or something, I'm seeing possibility of settlements and or reinstatements or restitutions of some kind. And for if this is a divorce or a separation, I'm seeing a more equitable division of property coming up through the lunar eclipse energy. Because, yeah, for a lot of you, there was an injustice. Yeah. For some of you, this also represents some kind of settlement, legal settlement, that will be coming to you. You were wronged. There's some kind of legal settlement process. Maybe a company, or you have a lawsuit or settlement that caused you a lot of trouble. And as for very few of you, that's this. Yeah. And there's a need for you to, strong need in this lunar eclipse energy, for you to forgive yourself. Even if you happen to be what you feel is in the wrong in this scenario, there's a need for you to come to terms with your part and your responsibility in the situation, and to release it so that you can start to heal. And the faster you do that, the faster the healing will come through. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, a couple of different messages. One message is that a marriage relationship is ending, or a long-term cohabitation or dating scenario is ending, and you may have to, like, you know, leave a house behind or something like that. And there's this division of equitable property and things, especially if it's like a marital divorce or cohabitation, long-term cohabiting situation. There may be an equitable division of property. Yeah. And justice may not have been served, but the injustice is being righted. And you might feel even some shame in your social circle because of the way things went down. Maybe part of the social circle blames you for the breakup, or you know, you're blaming, or you're in the or vice versa. And there's a need to release that and let go and let the situation be what it is, so that you can heal. That's coming up a lot. You might want to go back to pile number 1. Surrender resentments. Yes. Yes. There might even be a lot to legitimately be mad about. But the universe is saying, let that go. Holding on to resentment only poisons you. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward toward positive situations in life. Yes, like that red umbrella blowing forwards in the breeze. It's giving me the image of this old 80s movie called The Red Balloon, and the red balloon would blow through the town and all the kids would run and follow it. That's the image I'm getting. You're following your red balloon or purple parachute, or wherever you want to put it, and you're leaving this situation of chaos behind. For some of you, this is a legal settlement that you've been fighting for a long time, and now it is finally settled. And whatever way it is settled, the universe wants you to just let go. Surrender in healthy relationships, yes, but I think the majority of you, this is an unhealthy relationship. It served its purpose, you learned from it, and now it is time to move on. Let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treasured by others and be surrounded by positive people. Freedom and liberation. Yeah, you have outgrown your own skin. Now it's time to utilize your wings. Yes. Whatever the situation was, whether it was a job that, you know, you're sort of clinging onto, or a relationship, or, you know, you had this settlement and you wanted to be, you know, you wanted it to be settled in your favor, whatever. The universe is saying, just let go of all of that. Let go of the resentments. Let go of the unhealthy relationship. Move forward. You are better off without it. And this will happen rapidly. It will happen quickly. And as quick as you allow it, is as quick as the heartbreak will flow away from you. And yes, by all means, don't try and like force yourself to be healed. Let yourself cry. Let yourself feel. Let yourself be with your emotions, but don't cling to them. That's what that's saying. Get rid of the need to be right. It's better to be. Ask yourself: is it better to be right or happy? Yeah, that's the message I think from this whole thing. Because with these major carcanas, the energy is going to be resolved in around the lunar eclipse energy, either shortly after or around that energy, and afterwards you have to it's better for you to accept whatever the outcome is and to move on. That's what I'm getting from this. Yeah, move on, because it's with this blue sky, moving on to this brighter future, moving on to things that are better for you in the long run. And I know it seems hard right now, but looking back a year later, many of you will look back and see that how much you've learned from the situation, and you'll see how much better off you are without the situation. Yeah. Well, pile number 3, I'm sending you so much love, so much light, and that is your reading for today. Sending you so much compassion and peace and rest, and I wish you all the best. I truly do. And I will see you in the next one. Please like, subscribe, and comment below if this reading resonated with you. Bye.